Good day everyone! Today we will do something different. Very different. Today marks the day I rename my psychological analysis videos as the more easy to pronounce Sanity treatments. Hopefully that will help me with the algorithm. As for the first time in this channel, we will not be looking at a character from Arknights. That's right, I'm finally expanding my channel. While it was Arknights who inspired me to make videos on a channel, there are countless characters out there ripe for a sanity treatment, so I decided to go out and do just that. However, I think we need a change of scenery. Beam us up, Sai!
Operator, you have...
Okay, this seems more in line for today's theme. But now I look out of place. Fine. Or this. Do the thing. Happy now? Good. Let's go then. Oh, by the way, needless to say, there will be some spoilers for Warframe. However, I think a small introduction is needed for those who don't know what Warframe's lore is about. Warframe's origin system is a world, or rather worlds, with two notorious extremes. In one we have the absolute pinnacle of technological advance, while on the other hand, the ultimate mystification of historical events and say technologies. Let me explain. Thousands, if not millions of years in the future, the Orokin, inheritors of Earth, achieve a level of technology which allows them to mold reality as they see fit, changing planets to their whims, and bringing forth whole species for their entertainment. Yet as most stories in our time, the higher the pedestal, the harder it is shaken by those below it. Eventually, the Orokin created the very beings who will bring forth their demise, the Tenno and their warframes. After their fall, their technology was lost, and what little could be scavenged was often confused with magic due to how omnipotent it looked, while the races built by them went on to create their own stories and records of those events, each with their respective perspectives and flourishes. Ironically, the warframes were but the latest fuck-up that turned against them. This actually happened 3 times before they were properly and utterly eradicated. One would think they would learn before such an event will happen. However, this is exactly what will bring us to the theme of today's video: arrogance. While I personally have nothing against pride itself, as it is what drives us toward goals and ideas, arrogance is the total corruption of it. The Orokin were a species who earned their superiority complex. They could have easily used their knowledge and technological advances to improve the existence of everyone in the system, yet they were content with creating beings who will worship and work for them, derived in the aforementioned wipeout. And while most were vain and arrogant, there was one who surpassed them all in this regard. One character whose ego was so big it literally couldn't fit in the solar system. The creator of the frames of war himself, Executor Ballas. First of all, I would like to make one point clear. While I said I cannot even come to analyze how an immortal will think in my immortal analysis video, Orokin on the other hand, while very, very long-lived, are far from immortal. They manage to keep themselves going through a process known as continuity, a process which shows how petty and arrogant these Orokin were, marking them as utterly flawed individuals, whose minds, while brilliant, were really close to what I would call human. So while the immortals in Terra are beings beyond our mortal comprehension, Warframe's Orokin are more akin to Greek deities in nature, thus giving me a loophole to abuse. Once a very high-ranking member of the Orokin, Executor Ballas, was in charge of the Empire's defenses and the development of new ways to do so, which resulted in the aforementioned attempts. Yet despite the zero policy for mistakes in the Empire, Ballas was able to get out with this again and again, thanks to one of the first things worth analyzing in his behavior: He was an expert on throwing the blame into others. Want to make use of newly developed AIs to colonize another system, but your lords don't like AIs to begin with? Blame the creator and banish them to save system. The AI returned with a vengeance. Make a virus that eats machinery and send it their way. The virus evolved and now eats organic matter as well. Blame its creator and sack the clone slaves on them now. The slaves revolted and now started a revolution. Blame the ones whose gene samples were used for them. Make an army of totally not tortured soldiers and send them against everyone. Surely that will solve everything, right?
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
As you may have noticed, Baldas was not exactly good at his job. That because he never cared about it, as he saw his fellow Orokin and the Empire itself beneath him. Culminating at the moment his lover, Margulis, had to be executed, again to save his own arse, due to growing fears regarding the ones operating his frames of war. The Tenno. In egocentric fashion, Baldas gave Margulis a way out of his mess should she renounce her aid to the Tenno and focus only on him. Yet she refused, giving her life so the one she looked after would be spared. Her last words dedicated to them. The arrogant executioner didn't take this well. What come next? The fall of the Empire, the thousands of years of turmoil, the conflict that almost ended with the destruction of not one, but two solar systems, all of it could be summarized into one sentence. Because Baldas had a tantrum. He conspired against his own empire because they forced him to relinquish one of his toys. He let the system fall into ruin because he couldn't be bothered to fix his own mess. Yet jumped at the opportunity to take it once others had made things stable once more. He was willing to destroy the sun to invade another solar system and rule over it, because two beings in this one did not bow down to him.
What does it matter? You have won. All who live, Bios and not, kneel before you. But not them!
In this case, we can see with this the main characteristics of someone with a narcissistic personality disorder, formerly known as megalomania. PTD is part of Cluster B of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DMS. That's the cluster about disorders with psychopathic tendencies, by the way. The symptoms of PTD are a grandiose sense of self-importance, fantasies of success, power, brilliance, beauty, or perfect love, beliefs that they are special and can only be understood by or should only associate with other special people or institutions, requires excessive admiration, has a sense of entitlement, is exploitative and takes advantage of others to achieve their own ends, lacks empathy and is unwilling to identify with the needs of others, is often envious of others or believes that others are envious of them, shows arrogant, haughty behaviors and attitudes. PTD is one of the disorders without a dedicated treatment, due to how the personality itself is unable to perceive any flow interactions, always avoiding responsibility and reflecting it into others, making them unable to face reality as it is. Keeping in character, this would be Baldas' undoing, taken down by the very device he forged to rule over the galaxy, the Narmel Veil, a tool meant to bend the wheels of those forced on. So much for the perfect being. While the most usual treatments, or good old friends, psychotherapy and cognitive behavioral therapy can only be used if the patient either acknowledges their own flaws in logic, already pretty hard in someone with PTD, or are convinced to take safe treatments in order to improve their performance. Again, really hard to achieve when the individual already sees themselves as perfect. Thus, for the first time in the series, I will not suggest any sort of treatment for Executor Baldas, not only because of how hard such an attempt will be, but mostly due to anyone suggesting such a thing will be executed on the spot, in the most gruesome way possible, making him unable for treatment. However, I would like to make clear that, should you identify someone with these characteristics, don't go and label them as psychos. That's the last thing I will ever want. Yes, dealing with them might not be easy. But sometimes we find ourselves in situations in which we must do with all kinds of people in our daily lives, mostly work environments. So my suggestion for those who happen to run into someone with NPD are these: create boundaries. Delimit what is and is not acceptable around you in a consistent and clear manner. It might generate some dissatisfaction on the narcissist, but remember, you do not exist to pleasure them. Do not be rude. While you might receive little reasons to be educated with them, that does not mean you should do the same. In fact, many narcissists will see bad wording as evidence of your envy towards them. Be firm, but try to be positive in your criticism, as to avoid misunderstanding or word bending from their part. Do not try to direct them. As explained, they see themselves as perfect, so giving them instructions on what to do won't only hurt them. The best suggestion I can give is just inform them on what they are expected to do and leave it at that. Patience and determination. Those are the best tools I can suggest. And of course, inform yourself. Don't live with my words as the only source of knowledge regarding this theme. Should you want to deal with someone with NPD, there are multiple studies and books you can read that should help determine what's the best course of action. Not only NPD, but any syndrome or personality disorder you might encounter. That's as far as this video will go. Hopefully this information will be of use for everyone out there. As for me, I have a land ship to go back to. But what do you think? Do you like the fact I am willing to analyze characters beyond those from Terra? Will you like me to try someone else? Be sure to leave your suggestions in the commentaries down below, and I will see who will be up for the next analysis. For now, I am Dr. Blob. Thank you all for your time, and humbly asking you to like, share and subscribe, for me to reach even further worlds. Until next time, stay healthy everyone. Okay, time to go back.
10-0 in the barrel. See you on the other side.
The what?
This escalated quickly.